Hello, I present to you the number one recommended bad habit that will enable you to achieve your big goal without stress or procrastination. And this recommended bad habit is quit. Quit. Have you heard about the statement that, quitters never win and winners never quit? This statement has made a lot of people, you found out that what you're doing is not working and you keep on having the same result over and over again. And you keep on doing it because you wouldn't want to be, branded as a loser. So if you quit from that, you will be branded as a loser because the statement says that, winners never quit and quitters never win. And so this has made a lot of people to what should have been considered as variable, they have made it constant. And what should have been treated as constant, they've made it variable. So, but in my journey of next level success, I discovered that for you to be able to win this game of achieving your big goal without stress or procrastination, you need to master how to quit. But quit from what? Quit from, number one, limiting belief and misconceived stories. You need to master how to quit from limiting beliefs and misconceived stories. There is this statement that the mind is very powerful, but belief is the engine that drives the mind. When you believe that you can achieve a thing, you will do everything possible to make it happen. So belief is the lens through which you see things, through which you see reality. Belief is a default filter, through which you pass everything, through which you filter reality. So your belief is your default way of seeing things, your default way of seeing yourself. So belief is just the things that you have, knowingly or unknowingly accepted to be true, the things that you have accepted to be true about your life, about your ability, about the society, about others, the things that you have believed to be true about money. Belief is not good or bad, but belief, can be disempowering when they limit you, when they stop you from moving to the next and higher level of success, when they stop you from achieving your big goal, then they are limiting. For instance, when you look at your life now, they find out in which area are you feeling stuck, in which area are you having, that undesirable result. There is every tendency that in that area you are having a disempowering belief. So there is need. So to quit from believe about that thing, about that area, maybe the area of money or the area of finance that you're having, you are feeling stuck, you keep having the same result over and over again. That is every tendency that your belief about money is limiting, is disempowering. The filter through which you see money, through which you see activities of money, the things that you've believed about money to be true may be disempowering and they are limiting you. They are the reason why you keep having that same result over and over again about money. And so there is this need for you to quit from the way you see money, quit from this limiting filter that you've placed through which you see money and the activities of money. So in this case, you need to quit. You need to quit from that. You need to deactivate this limiting belief about money or about the area that you're feeling stuck. And now embed, rewire your mind, embed new belief that will empower you, to achieve your goal in this area. So another thing that you need to quit from if you must achieve or if you must win this game of achieving your big goal without stress or procrastination is negative mindset and closed mindset. Negative mindset. See, negative mindset naturally is common to man, okay? Is a natural way that our brain uses, to keep us safe and to keep us alive. Is a precautionary system, is a precautionary automation that our brain has placed in us, to make us careful, to make us not to exaggerate in our actions, so as to keep us alive and to keep us safe. So our brain has this natural tendency to, to default to thinking negatively. And that accounts for why, an opportunity is presented to you, an offer is presented to you, and you are, you're thinking, what if, you are ruminating, what if. That's the mechanism of our brain. It tries to, it tries to scan everything so as to protect you from, physical harm or mental harm. It tries to scan. So it places a scan, so to speak, There's a scan, so to speak, in your brain. It tries to scan everything that you do, everything that comes to you, every opportunity that comes your way. It tries to scan it, scan it over the memory circuit in your brain, where your past experiences, both good or bad, where all those past experiences are stored. It scans anything that is presented to you. It tried to scan it to find out if there is something, harm, if it's related to something that has harmed you before, or something that has come as a threat before. And if it detects that is an impending threat, okay, it will lock up. It will make you to start ruminating. What if, and you procrastinate and procrastinate. So in this case, negative mindset is fundamentally good for you to, become alive and for you to live long. But, but when it becomes excess, when you keep on, ruminating, at every slightest opportunity, you start thinking, what if you waste time in ruminating, or, excess negativity, what if, and then the opportunity passes by. In this case, you are being hindered by negative thoughts. You are being hindered by negative mindset and closed mindset. So you need to quit to win the game of achieving your big goal without stress. You need to, without procrastination, you need to master how to quit from excessive negative mindset or closed mindset. You need to master how to rewire your mind, how to lubricate your mind, how to open up your mind to allow innovations, how to turn on the success switch that is inside that will allow you to, accommodate innovations, that will allow you to readily accept proposals, accept opportunities when they come to you, than, excessively ruminating on what if. So this is one of the things that you need to quit from. So another thing that you need to quit from, if you must achieve your big goal without stress or procrastination, if you must win this game of achieving your goal without burnout, without procrastination, another thing you must master or you must quit from is disempowering habits. Disempowering habits. Habits are, repetitive autopilot pattern in your brain. And it's said that an average adult is being directed by habits. And habit is just a way that your brain automates things, to conserve energy, to keep you safe for the activities that are considered more important. And these are activities of, keeping you safe and keeping you alive. Your brain, works in a way to automate things, to make you work in an autopiloted way. Your brain will want you to live in a default pattern that it has created for you, so that your life is being directed by habits. And this habit comes like a loop. It starts like, something triggers you, and that it starts with a trigger. Something triggers you, or like something triggers you to do something, and then you do that thing. That is the behavior. And when you've done that thing, now there is a reward from the action that you've done. If this reward is pleasurable, when you enjoy the reward from the action, you say, wow, I like this thing, I like this feeling, I like how I'm feeling, let me do this thing again. And you do it again. You come up again with this same loop of trigger. Okay, something triggers you, you go to the trigger, it triggers you, then you do that habit, you do that behavior, and then you have the reward again, and it's pleasurable. You continue till it becomes, a repetitive loop. So, but if this habit, like I said, habit like belief, is not good or bad, but when a habit, hinders you from moving forward, when a habit hinders you from achieving the goal that you have set that you achieve, then that habit is disempowering at that time. So you need to, in order to achieve your big goal, you need to master how to quit from that disempowering habit. And how are you going to do this? You have to interrupt this habit loop from the neurological level and then be able to embed the habits that is required, the habit that will support you, to be able to achieve your big goal. So for you to win the game of achieving your big goal without stress or procrastination, without hindrance, without obstacle, you need to master how to quit from disempowering habits. So another thing that you need to master how to quit from stress. Stress, so stress, stress condition is not, so to speak, evil. Because there are some people that, they thrive under stress condition. Their best comes, during stress condition. Okay. And so what is stress? Stress is is a perceived state. Is when you perceive or when you consider yourself as lower. Okay. When you see that task that is being given to you as bigger than what you can handle. And so you start feeling lower. You start feeling so stressed. And then what your brain does, it releases, the stress hormone. Okay. And so you start reacting out of stress. Okay. So, and stress condition is energy consuming. And so what your brain will do is that it will squash this condition of stress, this condition of unrest, because it's energy consuming. And when this stress condition continues for a long time, it's dangerous to your health. So your brain will do what? It will squash this condition and default you back to your old way of doing things, to that coherent state, that coherence pattern that it has created for you, that comfort zone that it has created for you. But remember that nobody grows in his or her comfort zone. So what you need to do is to increase your stress capacity. What do I mean? Because see, that issue, that thing that you see as being stressful, there are some people under that same condition that will thrive, that will excel in that same condition. So that brings me to the point that what you consider as stress, the stress condition is just something you perceive. It's a perceived state of consciousness. It's something you perceive. It may not be real, but you are perceiving that task or that situation that has come to you at that point is bigger than what you can handle, and you start reacting. And once you have perceived it that is bigger than what you can handle, your brain starts seeing it as a threat, a mental threat. And what does it do? It will default you now to fighting. It will default you to start reacting against that. And that accounts for why you'll be asked to do something in your place of work. And then all of a sudden you start responding angrily. You start reacting because see, you are reacting under stress. You are viewing that task as something bigger than what you can handle. But you can quit from this situation. You can increase, you can scale up your stress capacity. Okay. And one of the ways you can do this, just I'm not going to be listing everything, but one of the ways you can do this, is to stop, start seeing yourself as somebody lower. Okay. When something is given to you, see yourself as, yes, I am bigger, I can handle it. When you start thinking this way, I can handle it. See, your brain will go to work. We start brainstorming. We start looking for ways that you can handle the situation than seeing that thing automatically that this thing is big. So come out from that default pattern of seeing things that they are greater than what you can handle. It's a default pattern of seeing things. It's a default way of seeing things. So now you have to increase your capacity, increase your stress capacity, okay, so that you can function and excel even under seeming condition. Because I use the word seeming because it may not be really stressful condition, but seeming condition of stress, you can excel. So one of the ways that you can do this is that you master how you have to inculcate this habit of, when you're brainstorming, don't brainstorm all in your head, in your brain, you're thinking, 100 ways to do a thing. One of the 100 ways to achieve this thing, you're brainstorming in your head. When you do all the brainstorming in your brain, in your head, you may make you to, feel stressful. Okay. So you can brainstorm writing, scale out, pour out those thinking, pour out those brainstorming. Instead of carrying them, all of them, the load in your brain, put them on a paper, okay? Write them down, start writing them down, brainstorm by writing. Try this, brainstorm by writing, writing. You see, by so doing, you are releasing that stress from your head to the paper. And so you're no longer carrying everything on your brain, okay? So you brainstorm by writing. And moreover, don't put yourself in a stressful condition. What do I mean? Don't go creating 30 things that you must do in a day, creating those daily overwhelming long list of to-dos. Okay, 30 things that you will see a day, you will list them. 30 things that you must do in a day. You have to maintain caution here. Because most times what works is taking baby steps. Okay, your brain rewards it when you set your goal or when you set your task and you are able to accomplish them. When you tick those things that you are able to accomplish them, your brain will say, wow, okay. It will supply you feel good neurotransmitters that will make you to be more enthusiastic to carry out the actions. Okay, so what will you do? So it means, every day set baby step, maybe 3 things that you achieve in a day. 3 things that it will be impossible not to achieve. Write them. So when you have built momentum, you can now start scaling up to 5 things, 10 things. Don't just start, by that enthusiasm that you have when you set your goal. That enthusiasm. Don't just go start writing 30 things that you will achieve in a day. You end up provoking this stress condition. Okay, so I've just listed some few things. Try to brainstorm writing things down, not brainstorming everything on your head. Brainstorm by writing, and then don't go creating 30 things that you will do in a day. Okay, take baby steps, baby step action, accomplish them. And when you accomplish them, your brain will supply you feel good neurotransmitters that will make you to be in the mood to do more. And so when the momentum has increased, you can scale up your activities. Okay. And then don't stop seeing yourself as somebody who cannot perform. Stop seeing activities or tasks that is being given to you as always something bigger than you can handle. Okay, that's what triggers stress condition. Okay, see yourself, scale up your thinking, scale up your way of thinking. See yourself as somebody that can handle situations, and then it will make you to scale your stress condition, because that's something that you're feeling stressful about. There are somebody that will come there and excel under that condition. So that's how to be able to handle this situation. So another thing that you need to master how to quit, or you need to quit from, if you must win this game of achieving your big goal without stress or procrastination, is irrational fear. Irrational fear, false evidence appearing real. Fear is a natural mechanism. Fear is not bad. In fact, fear is good, because fear helps you to live longer. Fear is one of the mechanisms that your brain has placed to keep you alive and to keep you safe, to preserve so that you don't die young, because your brain would want to live long. So it placed this mechanism, okay, detective mechanism. Okay, so it's because of fear that let's say for instance you're driving and you're browsing, you're looking at your phone with two hands. Okay, you know that this thing is fatal, it's dangerous, it can kill you. That action, driving and then watching your phone with 2 hands off the steering wheel, you know that it's so dangerous. So that dictative pattern, that fear that is embedded in you, will make you to say, hey, what I'm doing is dangerous. This can kill me and kill others. So you stop, you drop the phone automatically. So that sense of consciousness that comes to you, like fear, makes you to drop that dangerous habit, is good, is something inbuilt inside you. And this is because our brain evolved from our ancestors, and during those times of our ancestors, there were presence of wild animals, toxic insects that are dangerous to man. And so because of the fact that the brain would want to live long, when it detects anything that is a potential threat, okay, it makes you default to either flight mode, you run, or default to either fight mode, you fight that, or to faint mode. So these things were placed because of the fact that your brain evolved from millions of years ago, during the time of our ancestors, when there were presence of dangerous animals, dangerous insects, but so that up till now, so that's everybody feel fear. So that's fear in everybody. Whether you think that, I'm so brave, that you have fear. This thing is natural to every man and is good, and it's your brain way of keeping you alive, making you to take precautions and not to exaggerate things. Okay, so this thing is in you. But now, in this present age, there is no so to speak, no presence of those wild animals everywhere. We don't just go, we don't just see them in the street. Those wild animals are poisonous insects. But yet, this fear pattern is still present in your brain. Okay, so, and this is one of the things that causes irrational fear. Irrational fear, how does it work? See, your brain also, through this scan that I said before, through this scan, okay, your brain scans through the input that comes through the senses. Okay, your brain will pick that thing, okay, and then starts to scan it through the amygdala, try to scan it with your memory circuit in your brain to find out if it looks like past experiences that are harmful that you experienced before. For instance, when you were, maybe 7 years old, okay, in your primary school, you raised up your hand to speak, and you made a blunder, okay, and people laughed at you. Hey, look at him, boy. How can you say a thing like that? Look at you. Are you dumb? Look, how can you say a thing like that, boy? That was okay. But after, and so that thing, and then because they said that you felt angry, you felt say ashamed of yourself, you didn't like the experience. This experience was stored, went and stored in your memory as mental harm. And 30 years after that experience, now a speaking opportunity is presented to you to come and speak in the stage. And your brain scans that opportunity and then scans it to the memory that is there and found out that, yes, 7 years, when you were 7 years old, 30 years ago, you spoke in the class, you raised up your hand and spoke in the class, and you made a blunder. They laughed at you. You felt bad. There is every tendency that, see, you will make a mistake and they will laugh at you. And I wouldn't want you to feel this mental harm. Like I said, your brain is there to protect you from mental harm and physical harm. So your brain will lock up. And that's why your brain will make you to default to either flight mode, default to either faint mode, or either fight mode. And that accounts for why you keep saying, no, I can't accept this. I'm busy. No, look for another person. I can't accept this speaking proposal. You are just afraid. You are working under the condition of irrational fear, baseless fear. And this can continue. This can stop you till you pass out. This can continue to hinder you till you pass out unless you do something. And so for you to win the game of achieving that big goal that will take you outside your comfort zone, that big goal that will make you to see things differently, that will make you to talk differently, that will make you to behave differently, that big goal, for you to win without stress or procrastination, you need to master how to quit from irrational fear. So these are the things that I wanted to present to you, that in my journey of next level success, I discovered that for you to be able to achieve your big goal without stress or procrastination, you need to master how to quit from these things. And I hope that this video is of great help to you. And if it's of great help to you, make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can have more of these kind of videos. And if you want to, go deeper into what I've just shared to you right now, I have a link to my course, in the description section, okay, of my channel. I have a link, okay, to my course. It's titled Next Level Success Achievement Masterclass. You can check it out, and so that you can have, this transformation that I'm talking about. Thank you. So till I come your way next time, keep living in the atmosphere of next level success and happiness. Bye-bye.